Hello, and welcome to Insights and Advice. I'm Robert Perez. Certainly another aspect of Agile Auditing is building those strong client relationships. But there may be some reluctance among some practitioners who may be concerned a little bit about whether that relationship might compromise their objectivity or their independence. What would you say to them? Should they be concerned?
I don't think so at all. I mean, frankly, we moved from in the days where I was first in this profession, we used to call them the auditees. It's like to the people we do things to. Today we call them the clients because they are our clients. I mean, granted, we may be working to provide assurance to the board and to senior management, but if you're not adding value and if you're not helping the people whose areas of responsibility you're auditing during the course of doing that, if you're not doing that, then you're really not delivering on the full potential of internal audit. So how can I be of value to you if I don't listen to you? I don't rely on you. I've always tried to strive for a very collaborative relationship to the people in the area whose responsibilities I'm auditing, because I know that at the end of the process, if they don't get anything from what I've done, if they don't come away with good, sound, solid ideas for improving their operations, then they're not going to probably pay much attention to anything that I did.
That's a really great point. I mean, collaboration and understanding client needs is huge. Another aspect about Agile Auditing that's another benefit is the idea that it might support constrained, or rather make us more efficient, and that's particularly important now where we're seeing more constrained resources, especially with COVID. Is that another aspect that you think Big A Agile Auditing is able to offer as well?
Yeah, I think so. We are operating in an environment, and I wrote a blog about this a few weeks ago, Robert, where the risk environment in 2020 is so dynamic that if you're taking 4 to 6 weeks to do an audit and give someone an answer, my guess is there are a multitude of new risks that are more critical than the one you're addressing. Right. So when the speed of risk is what it is in 2020, we better have a speed of audit to match it. And that's what Agile Auditing to me is all about.
How do you address those who would be reluctant to, because of maybe stepping out of their comfort zone?
Well, here's the thing. If you're not able to audit everything that you would like to or that you should, then you're suffering from a lack of capacity. You just don't have enough capacity to cover all the audit areas or the risks that you would like to. You've got to figure out what can you do to enhance that capacity. And one of the capacity multipliers, and it's not called that very often, is Agile Auditing. I talk a lot about capacity multipliers because they're the things that allow us to do things faster, so that I have more capacity to undertake more audits, cover more risks. So if you're looking to get more done and have more of an impact, then you should be looking at the kinds of techniques that are discussed in Agile Auditing. And I don't think you have to me, I think of Agile Auditing a little bit like enterprise risk management. You don't have to follow every nuance of some formula. You have to try and achieve the outcomes that are identified in the objectives of Agile Auditing. So if you don't feel comfortable with the concept of the sprints or having the backlog of audit work or any aspect of it, I think you have every bit of license as a chief audit executive to amend it so that it's more within your comfort zone.
Well, on that note, we'll end on that positive note. And thank you, Richard, for taking the time to chat with us about this. And I also want to take the opportunity to thank the two IA chapters who are sponsoring organizations of the Rick Wright book, and that would be IA Kansas City and IIA Chicago. And again, to thank our colleagues in IIA Chile for the translation as well as for the executive summary. So on that note, thank you again, Richard, and thank you all for watching.
Thank you, and good to see you, Robert.
Thanks.